See, you already know what's going to happen when you're inconsistent. You already know the result you're going to receive, definite, due to being inconsistent, due to changing your mind or self-sabotaging yourself or guilt tripping yourself out of a blessing or intellectualizing everything to a point where you talk yourself out of action, reasoning with everything. What will happen if you choose to stay consistent and continuously say yes to everything that aligns with the goal that you have set for yourself, the vision that you have over your life? Self-sabotage has been the biggest cause of downfall in your life. And when I say self-sabotage, I mean thinking that you aren't deserving of, thinking that you have to work so freaking hard. I'm talking about intense manual labor in order to receive the fruits of your labor, in order to receive the fruit in general, in order to feel a sense of worthiness, in order to feel a sense of, what is the word? Like, in order to feel that you truly deserve something, you think that you have to put so much work, so much manual blood, sweat, and tears in order to receive the fruit of your labor. But I'm here to tell you, you don't have to work hard. You just have to be consistent. You just have to keep showing up. As a female, like, I'm talking to my ladies, I'm talking to myself. As a female, as a woman who is naturally magnetic, as a woman who is naturally attractive, and we're not talking about physical appearance. As a woman, as a being who is naturally magnetic and naturally prosperous, why do you think you have to work hard in order to be deserving of? Why do you think you have to work hard in order to receive? You don't. And that mental blockage, that self-sabotage, thinking that you have to you will receive exactly what you see yourself receiving. You will earn everything that has your name written on it. And there's plenty that has your name written on it. There is a lot that is awaiting your arrival. However, in order to arrive to the very blessings and fruits that are waiting your presence, you have to make consistent footsteps, one in front of the other, consistent baby steps, one micro step. It doesn't even matter if it doesn't matter how small the step is, just make it. I was drinking this tea, and the tea bags come with these quotes. And the quote was, even a A marathon of 1,000 miles or something starts with the first footstep. And that really truly resonated with me because I can envision whatever I see for myself. I can have however many goals, however many ideas, and nothing will be brought into fruition if I don't take the first step. And yes, I can take the first step, but if I stop as soon as the journey becomes a challenge or as soon as a moment of growth presents itself, how am I ever going to receive the blessing that I deserve? And even with challenges are for our growth. Nothing in life is hard. And if it's a challenge, it's because we're learning. If something is challenging, it's because we're learning. And if it's easy, challenges are inevitable. But if you keep choosing to step away the moment something becomes challenging, if you keep choosing to give up the moment the journey becomes challenging, the moment you face something that you're not yet aware of how to grow through or get through or overcome, you're going to keep experiencing that same loop. As I stated in the beginning, you already know what happens when you give up. You already know what happens when you keep choosing inconsistency. So why not see what happens when you choose consistency? What happens when you keep showing up for yourself? What happens when you keep choosing you? What happens when you say no to everything that is out of alignment with your yes? So much is waiting for you. What I see right now is a rainbow and a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And you begin climbing the rainbow, and then you reach that curve. Things seem illusion. Things seem to become slippery. You notice you're losing your grip just a little bit, but if you stick around long enough, you'll figure out how to place your hands, how to place your feet, the perfect angle of your hands and your feet positioning, which is going to assist in the climbing of that curvature, which will help you get to the tippity top of that rainbow. And that downfall into the potluck, in the luck of pot, whatever you want, a pot of gold. Pot of gold. I feel the excitement. I feel the success. I feel the abundance. I feel the gratitude. I feel the appreciation. As soon as you get to the top of that rainbow, it's going to be so easy, so graceful, so smooth sailing right into what awaits you. And it's going to be everything you ever wanted tenfold and then some, because everything that we see in our minds, we can achieve that, we can receive that for sure. But the actual reality of it forming and developing into fruition will be much more grander than what we could even fathom in our beautiful infinite minds. The only thing that will ever hold you back in life is yourself. And you already know how to do that. So try not holding yourself back. Don't even try, just do it. See what happens when you stop holding yourself back. See what happens when you let go of that tight hold that you have onto comfortability. What happens when you let go of what you are familiar with? What happens when you allow yourself to step into the unknown? Because you already know what happens when you seek control. You already know what happens when you stay where things are familiar and predictable, and you recognize the pattern and you know how things are going to go because you've been there, done that. Well, where is that getting you though? And are you happy with where you are? Me, to myself, the answer is no, but I'm satisfied. Satisfactory is not enough for me. It's not enough for me. And I am where I am because I've chosen the actions and the patterns that I am familiarized with, that are predictable, that I have a sense of control over. Even though control is an illusion, we don't really control anything. But I've chosen a path that stems from control and that has placed me where I am today. And from this moment forward, I choose a path that stems from freedom and flow and surrender, trust of myself, trusting that I know how to pick myself up when I fall, trusting that I know how to find my way, trusting that I know how to accomplish and overcome and grow through any challenge or obstacle that I am faced with, trusting that I know what I am doing, even when I don't know what I'm doing, trusting that the way will be made and the path will be revealed. And patience is that secret recipe to the success that I am deserving of, that I don't have to put so much manual, hard labor into receiving what already has my name on it. With my name on it, with my name on it. That song is playing right now. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. With my name on it. Yeah. It's easier than it feels to trust yourself. Trusting yourself requires you to let go of this sense of control, this illusion of control that you have created within your mind. And your mind is so powerful that it created the illusion of control in the first place. It's easier to let go than it is to hold on. And holding on requires pain to be felt, and letting go requires zen and relaxation. Letting go feels good, and holding on hurts. I'm looking at this pine tree right here, and I'm sure y'all know, pine trees, evergreen trees are green. It's very, very deep green pigment. But with the snow and the icicles on the pines of the tree, I guess. Not the pine cones, but the green part. This green looks gray. but it also looks white, but also a pastel green pigment, and also a very ashy color. But it's just illusion, the power of illusion. Full effect. Your mind is either your enemy or your best friend. What will you choose? What will you choose for yourself?